Hey guys, it's been like a week or 2 weeks since I've done my last review on this channel. But sorry for the delay, but I've just been really tired, and I've been been really busy at school. But I've been making videos on my talent channel. It's just real quick videos I made on there. But um, it's just I didn't really feel like doing an impact review last week. But I was so lazy. I didn't do the one last week. So here's what I'm gonna do. For the first time ever, I'm gonna do two impact reviews in one video. So this will feature the August 21st edition of Impact and tonight's edition, the 28th edition of Impact. Try and fit that into the 15-minute time limit. 15-minute time limit. I'm just I do them for you guys and all, but just sometimes they're kind of boring to do, but I just don't feel like doing them. But I'm gonna try and do this. So let's just get right into it. I totally do not remember that much about last week's episode, so I'm just gonna read off the website. Just like I'm not gonna read everything it says. Just gonna read a little bit to get the point. Basically for the 24th edition of Impact, Mr. Anderson comes out wearing a sling. That was the result of his shoulder injury suffered at the hands of Jeff Hardy. Okay, he comes to the ring and he gets a microphone and he begs Jeff Hardy to take his testicles out of Hogan and Bischoff's purse. Rob Van Dam comes out. Rob Van Dam comes out and asks Anderson if he feels ripped off because he didn't get the chance to win the title he never lost. Suddenly, Jeff Hardy appears on the screen to say that forgiveness is something we all have in us, and we all mess up and do each other wrong. It's human nature, and he did both of them wrong. He ordered the Abyss to take care of RVD and beat Anderson at his own game. So he asked RVD and Anderson to find it in their heart to forgive them, and let's out lets out an evil chuckle. Bischoff comes out and he's glad RVD and Anderson are out there because he wants to invite them to a special episode of Reaction tonight, where he and Hulk revealed how they orchestrated the takeover of TNA. But he wants Anderson to know that he feels somewhat responsible for what happened and wants Anderson to forgive him for not giving him the opportunity that he should have when he saw the potential in him. He doesn't want basically a Bischoff makes a match between Mr. Anderson and Kazarian in Ultimate X. And if Mr. Anderson wins, he will face the champion at Turning Point. And remember, Mr. Anderson has a sling on his arm, so yeah. Backstage, um, RBD is like yelling at Fortune. I mean, not yelling at EV 2.0, asking him which one of them has talked to Bischoff. He goes nuts on Raven, and D'Lo Brown's trying to calm him down. Um, Robbie E versus Amazing Red. I don't even remember this match. I don't think I even watched it. Robbie E won with the Diamond Cutter. Who really cares? Next match, the Pope versus AJ for the television title. Um, Pope didn't get the money drop because Bischoff and Hogan probably got rid of that or took it down. So AJ won when Abyss came out and laid out the Pope with a black hole slam, and AJ got the win. Fortune comes out and they're applauding AJ. Sarita is backstage just telling Mickey James um how Mickey didn't get an easier knockout to have her debut match in. Hope and Joe have a confrontation backstage. Uh, um, Machine Guns are playing basketball outside with Velvet Sky, and a camera crew asks them what they think about TNA challenge. But then Generation Me crashed the party. Gen Me accuses them of hiding behind a girl, so the guns beat Generation Me up, whatever. I don't care about the rest. Kurt Angle excuse me, Jeff Jarrett comes out to the ring and he's just apologizing to Kurt Angle for what he did last week, like 2 weeks ago. And Kurt Angle doesn't come out, but Samoa Joe comes out. But then Gunnar and Murphy handcuff him, and then Samoa Joe Jarrett beats the shit out of Joe, busts him open, and then he throws him over the railing of the stage, and Joe falls through the table. Excuse me. Um, RVD versus and Sabu versus Beer Money. Beer Money won because RVD and Sabu had a miscommunication. Sabu accidentally threw a chair at RVD when James Storm or Robert Roode ducked the chair and it hit him. And after the match, they had a fight. They were fighting around in the ring, and the EV2 came and stopped. Broke it up. Sarita versus Mickey James. Mickey James won with a big kick to the jaw. Tara comes out and hits her with the Widow's Peak. Then you have the Ultimate X match. This continues on the reaction. Kazarian wins because right when Anderson's about to climb and grab the X, all of Fortune comes out and beats down Anderson, and then Matt Morgan lifts up Kazarian, and Kazarian grabs the X, and then Mr. Anderson rolls out of the ring, grabs the pipe, and chases Fortune out of the ring with the pipe. But then Jeff Hardy comes out with a steel chair, smashes in the back of Anderson's head, and he's bleeding in the back there. He had to have it stitched up. But yeah. All right, let's go to the 28th edition of Impact. Go. All right. Basically, the Velvet Sky, Angelina Love, Mickey James, Tara, Sarita, and Madison Rayna before the show even starts are having a brawl backstage all over the place. Then Flair breaks it up and he makes a match. Velvet, the Beautiful People, and Mickey James versus Tara, Madison, and Sarita for later in the show. Um, Robbie E defeated X Division champion Jay Lethal in a title match in a Jersey Shore street fight when Cookie sprayed something in Lethal's eyes and Robbie hit his finisher. Uh, Hope comes out with a casket and cuts a promo on Abyss. Abyss shows up in the crowd. Abyss says Hogan and Bischoff want Abyss to take care of Hope. There's a last rights match at Turning Point between Hope and Abyss. Tommy Dreamer comes out with EV2. He says Rob Van Dam has not returned any of the phone calls or anything. RVD comes out and Dreamer wants to end the beef. RVD says he doesn't know who he can trust anymore. It ends up with Rob Van Dam and Raven getting into like a stare down. Fortune comes out and Flair laughs them off. Fortune versus EV2 is announced for Turning Point. The winner gets to pick an opponent to be fired from the team. Raven RVD versus AJ Styles and Douglas Williams is announced for later in the show. Machine Guns defeated Generation Me and Ink Inc. in an awesome triple threat tag team match for the tag team titles. After the match, Team 3D comes out and congratulates Machine Guns. And Machine Guns accept the match for Turning Point. This will be Team 3D's last match. Matt Morgan goes in Bischoff's office and says how he doesn't think it's right to have Anderson be fighting tonight in a chain match with a concussion. And then Bischoff tells Morgan to get out of his office. Sarita, Terra, and Madison defeated the Beautiful People and Mickey James when Sarita got the pin on Velvet. Matt, um, Matt Morgan's trying to talk with Mr. Anderson backstage. AJ and Douglas Williams beat RVD and Raven, and Williams pinned RVD. Ric Flair busted open Raven with the TV title during the match. After the match, RVD and Raven had a stare down in words for Mr. Anderson versus Jeff Jarrett in a chain match. Basically, Jarrett comes out and calls out Anderson to the ring. Matt Morgan comes out instead, and he says he he says it's their duty to look up for the next generation of wrestlers' safety, make sure they're safe and shit. Then basically it's a match between I guess Matt Morgan's going face. He's getting out of Fortune and whatever the fuck the name is. But yeah, Matt Morgan versus Jeff Jarrett in the chain match. Jarrett wins when he hits the stroke, and then Matt Morgan beating down Jarrett, but then Fortune comes out and they they hang Matt Morgan from the rope with the handcuffs tied together, and then yeah. So I'm glad Matt Morgan's going face here, but it's okay. But I'll see you later. I picked two of them, both in good impacts, but this one was pretty good. I'm watching the reaction right now. It's over in like 5 minutes, but this has been Angle Styles 993 signing.